Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome this multi-award winning band from Berklee College of Music, bringing a new level of entertainment to our stage, the 1920s musical tribute, The Sweet Beats.
One, two, three.
That passes us by. You might as well enjoy it before we say goodbye. You're spending your life believing if you really matter, when in fact we know life still goes on if we're there or gone.
amazing. I love that Ella song. The incredible Sweet Beats will be back shortly, but now a word from our presenting sponsors.
Hey, I'm Angie Caliendo, President of Brown Physicians and Vice Chair of the Department of Medicine at Brown. We are incredibly proud to support the Miriam Hospital, especially since so many of our physicians work there on a day-by-day basis. We view the Miriam Hospital as a true partner in advancing healthcare in Rhode Island and southeastern Massachusetts. For many of us, the Miriam reminds us of why we went into medicine in the first place, to have a direct impact on our communities. So on behalf of my colleagues at dermatology, emergency medicine, neurology, surgery, and urology, Brown Physicians is delighted to support the Miriam Hospital Gala and auction and the creation of the Center for Innovative Cancer Research.
Good evening. I'm Ed Ackelman, President of University Orthopedics. University Orthopedics is proud to sponsor the Miriam Gala, given our commitment to orthopedic excellence at the Miriam Hospital.
University Orthopedics is proud to have helped build a nationally recognized joint center at the Miriam Hospital. Without the support of many of you, along with our outstanding staff, this would not have been possible. Thank you all for your dedication in making the Miriam Hospital the best hospital it can be.
Before we go back to the band, have you played with the Miriam virtual photo booth? It's super easy and it's tons of fun. Scan the QR code on your screen or type in the web address and you're in. Build an avatar or not, but take pictures of yourselves and share them with your Miriam peeps on your social media pages. Can we please welcome back to the stage the Sweet Beats?
Time that you call my name, I don't think you understand. You're the reason I stay alive in this crazy world of compromise. Your mind, close your eyes, they're useless anyhow. Try to feel what's going on when I tell you I want you to be mine. Time is useless, time is sin. It goes by taking everything. Love for you keeps fading out, only until you call me back. It's time for me to stay away, 'cause it's hard to love you that way. I've always said exactly what I mean, but I never mean exactly what I say. Anytime that you call mine, I know that you understand that you're the reason I stay alive in this crazy world of compromise.
Miriam. Hospital. Miriam. Saves lives. Miriam. Hospital. Gala. Live.
Welcome to the Miriam Hospital Live. Good evening to all you guys and dolls. Welcome to the Miriam Live, the place where you make all the difference. Make sure your photos, your tablets, your TVs, and computers are all on ready and TVs are ready and for serious fun to raise serious funds. It is best to have one for viewing and one for bidding. Now, don't forget to say hello in the chat feature and tell us where you're from. It is my honor to welcome to the Miriam Stage Live the chair of the Miriam Hospital Foundation Board of Trustees, Susan H. Kaplan.
Good evening, everyone. On behalf of the Miriam Hospital Foundation Board of Trustees, I welcome you to Roaring into the 20s Take Two. Before we begin, I want to take a moment to recognize the tragedy that struck our nation 20 years today on 9/11. I know that we all share the sorrow in our hearts for the victims, their families, the first responders, and our country, and we will always remember. It's been a roller coaster of emotions these past 18 months, and as we approach tonight's event, I was so looking forward, as we all were, to being together again. But when the decision was made to go virtual, my initial disappointment quickly turned into enthusiasm and excitement at the idea of an online gala, bringing us all together, and boy, do we have a special night in store. In fact, in many ways, tonight's theme has only become more fitting after more than a year of tremendous challenges and uncertainty. We are poised to roar back from so much of what we've lost, while also charting a course for the future. We all share a special relationship with the Miriam, a hospital that is always there for us as we are always there for the Miriam. And tonight, although not in person, we are here both to celebrate and make possible new beginnings that will only strengthen the Miriam standing amongst the best hospitals in the country. We've raised a lot in support of cancer throughout the years, and yet the beneficiary of this year's Fund a Need may be more important than anything we've ever done, because we're talking about potential cures. I often get the question, who should we see when a loved one or friend or neighbor receives a cancer diagnosis? Too quickly, people feel they need to go out of state to one of those big centers. But my answer never changes. You want to go to the Miriam. The fact is, the team that Dr. Howard Safran and our oncology leadership have built is comprised of the most respected, innovative, and brightest minds you'll find anywhere. But what we have here is much more than world-class medicine. This is excellence combined with the compassion and warmth that defines the Miriam culture and makes a difference for every patient and their family. I am excited for you to hear more about our vision to transform cancer care and research at the Miriam. But in the meantime, I'd like to leave you with this. The opportunity we have tonight will not only impact today's patients or hundreds of patients, but generations of families for years to come, changing the trajectory of lives. This is transformational giving at its best.
So the Cancer Center program has grown significantly over the past few years, and with that, it has brought a number of clinical trials that represent precious opportunities for the patients to help control their disease and offer additional hope. With that growth of clinical trials, it's crucial that we have also an expansion of our infrastructure.
But what I think is unique to the Miriam is just the humanistic care that is just part of the Miriam spirit. We're not just interested in the drug that's being tested or the clinical trial. We're interested in being sure that that patient has the best experience, that their family is cared for. We integrate palliative care, which is really focused on patients' symptoms and comfort, into all our patients with advanced cancer. The patient will never feel like a number or research subject. They'll feel like a person, and that their needs and their family's needs are looked after every bit as much as their cancer.
So we need to provide those patients with an adequate space that ensures safety, adequate monitoring, and support their families to go through the journey.
I've been a nurse here for 4 years, and we've definitely expanded our clinical trial portfolio. It's exciting to be part of a team that has expanded so much, and we do a lot for our patients, and I'm very proud with the work that we do here.
So it's a balance between a place with high technological expertise in drug development, at the same time that brings comfort and highlights the care that the Miriam Hospital is known for.
So the center will be beautiful. It will have a home-like feeling where there'll be a comfortable chair for the patient, there'll be a comfortable chair next to them for their companion, there'll be windows that overlook Providence.
During those those long days, patients go through several procedures from blood draws to infusions and they get tests like electrocardiogram. So all those procedures, it's crucial that we have all the necessary staff and infrastructure surrounding that patient to facilitate the execution of the clinical trial.
And as patients are there, they'll feel comfortable. They'll feel like they're at home.
I think having a room like this will help us to improve even more, which is exciting for us and for the patients.
So for all of the donors, we'd like to thank and say that they are supporting us with breakthrough discoveries, redefining the treatment for cancer, helping cure this disease, and more importantly, providing hope in transforming patients' lives.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the Miriam live stage the president of Miriam Hospital, Dr. Maria Ducharme.
Good evening, everyone. It is an exciting night here at Waterfire Arts Center, streaming live to all of you what I am confident will be an extraordinary program. While I sincerely wish I could be with all of you tonight in person, I am so incredibly grateful to you for joining us from wherever you are. The video we just watched is a perfect precursor to the remarks I thought long and hard about when preparing for tonight. At the Miriam, we have become the embodiment of cutting-edge medicine and synonymous with excellence and high-quality care. We have again been named the top hospital in Rhode Island by U.S. News and World Report and recognized as high-performing in 12 specialties nationally. We are amongst just a handful of hospitals nationally and internationally to achieve the coveted magnet designation 6 consecutive times. What we have in the Miriam is a treasure for our community and a hospital president's dream. But what I'm most proud of are our people and what we've been able to accomplish day in and day out. It's nice to acknowledge the accomplishments and awards, but the fact is we continue to do this work and realize high performance during an extremely difficult context. It is an unwavering commitment to always be at our best, no matter the circumstances, that is so vital in making the Miriam special. And the other aspect that allows our hospital to stand apart is our community of supporters, all of you, all of our Miriam people. Despite dealing with their own challenges and the disruptions of the world we've been living in, Miriam people never leave our hospital side. In fact, you take your support to new levels. I've been here for many years, but this is my first as president, and it has allowed me a deeper understanding of the many ways the Miriam family makes our hospital different. I now have a front row seat to the power of philanthropy, and I am simply awestruck by not only your generosity, but what it means to our staff to know there's an army behind them, supporting them, valuing them. It is a pleasure to be surrounded by individuals who are so generous and kind in spirit. From the bottom of my heart, thank you. I don't want to steal the thunder from our next speakers, but I'd be remiss to not say this. We use the word innovative a lot. It's almost become expected in common language in healthcare. But tonight you will hear about a program that is anything but common, a program that will set in motion a patient-centered model of providing compassionate care to cancer patients that is truly unique and will be positioned to set a national precedent for delivering advanced cancer research treatments. And that's pretty special. Before I introduce our next guest, I'd just like to say a few things on their behalf. If ever there were a Miriam Hospital power couple, they'd look a lot like Dr. Howard Safran and his wife, Nancy. We are beyond fortunate to benefit from their generosity and thoughtfulness and the tremendous amount of hard work they, along with their entire committee, put into this event over the course of 2 long years. 2. Tonight is the culmination of those efforts, and I know, and you will hear, how much this means to them both. So please join me in welcoming our co-chairs, Nancy and Howard Safran.
Thank you, Maria, and thank you everyone for being here. It has been an honor for Nancy and me to chair this year's gala, working alongside a committee whose enthusiasm for tonight's theme of Roaring into the 20s was rivaled only by their hard work, attention to detail, and love of the Miriam Hospital.
Our theme was born out of a desire to do something a little different. For last year's gala, actually, we wanted to welcome in 2020 by transporting everyone back to the 1920s, a special era of glitz, glamour, fun, and most importantly, great hope and optimism. Of course, COVID-19 forced us to change our plans, but it could not change our committee's dedication to and support of the Miriam Hospital. And tonight's Take Two is the culmination of their collective passion, patience, and perseverance.
Our committee, along with a talented development team of Holly Palermo, Kim Borick, Don Howard, Cheryl Cousin, and Helen Shore, outdid themselves. In fact, if we were back in the 1920s, I'd say these folks know their onions, and we're all sockdologers. That means they are knowledgeable, outstanding, and exceptional. And yes, I Googled popular 20 slang.
We would also like to extend our deepest appreciation to tonight's sponsors. Presenting sponsors Brown Physicians Incorporated and University Orthopedics. Platinum sponsors Coastal Medical, MedTake Ambulance Services, and the family of Kathy Marsilius-Bork, Barbara Marsilius-Bork, Link, and Diane Marsilius-Nichols. And a very special thanks to our fabulous title sponsor, supporting the Miriam for 16 years, Amica Mutual Insurance Company. And as they say in showbiz, now a word from our sponsor.
Hi, I'm Vince Burks. I'm the Communications Director at Amica. At Amica, we have a long tradition of giving back to the communities where we live and work. And why do we give to the Miriam? It's actually quite simple. It's because of their care. It is no accident that the Miriam was ranked first among Rhode Island hospitals by U.S. News and World Report in their 2021 Best Regional Hospitals study. Again, it's the care. It's the care provided by their physicians as well as their nursing excellence. And I have to say on a personal note that I have had the occasion to visit the Miriam a couple of times, and the care has been extraordinary. Hope everybody has a great time tonight. These are unusual times that we're living in, and we're having to do so much virtually. It's not easy. My hat's off to the Miriam and to the events committee for making the gala happen. I hope you have a great night.
Their generosity, along with that of our gold, silver, bronze, and patron sponsors, helped to make tonight possible. All of that support begins with our sponsorship committee and Chair Steve Issa, who led the effort in raising over $340,000 this year. We cannot thank you enough. So, in keeping with the 1920s vernacular, I'd have to say that makes them all the bee's knees. By the way, sponsorship and ticket sales proceeds from this evening's gala will go to the Miriam's Greatest Needs Fund for a New Generation, which provides vital resources to support programs and improvements at the hospital that address crucial and pressing needs.
Dollars raised from this year's auction and Fund in Need will support the creation of the Center for Innovative Cancer Research at the Miriam Hospital. While the Miriam already offers state-of-the-art cancer clinical research trials that provide Rhode Islanders access to some of the latest cutting-edge cancer drugs, creating a dedicated center will allow us to grow and increase the number of clinical trials. This center will also lessen wait time to initiate new therapies and give hope to patients whose cancers have become worse despite receiving all standard treatments and are searching for the most advanced options to extend their lives. Once finished, the new Center for Innovative Cancer Research at the Miriam Hospital will be a 4-bay, sun-filled, patient-centered environment that supports patients and their companions in a home-like setting for to the often long treatment days for patients on cancer clinical research studies. This new space will further position the Miriam Hospital as a leading provider for advanced, highly novel cancer treatments in New England and the nation. So we encourage you to raise those virtual paddles often tonight in support of our new center. Nancy and I thank you in advance for your caring and generosity.
I guess I'm coming straight in. I expected an intro, but it is what it is. Here we are, people. Welcome back to the Miriam Virtual Gala. I thought we'd be in person. We were this close. But alas, we are in an incredible venue here in Rhode Island, and I'm thrilled to be with you, even though most of you are tuning in, probably in your Jimmy Jammies with a glass of wine. I don't blame you. This is certainly an upgrade from my apartment last year. So kudos to the team for putting on this spectacular event, and thank you to everyone for tuning in. At this stage, we are going to be doing the live auction. Okay, so we're going to be operating the live auction. And those of you who are familiar with me know that I'm typically running around like a bit of a lunatic, trying to twist some arms into giving money, probably more than the value of the items, but it's all going to an incredible organization, and that's why it works, okay? So just think that we're all together under one roof, bid high, have fun with it. There are 4 incredible packages. And so let's get cracking, all right? What we're going to do is keep the live auction open until the end of the auction itself for all the items, so you've got plenty of time for fevered bidding. Right, so if you are interested in the auction, which all of you should be, there is a QR code below me somewhere here, right there on cue. Thank you very much. The QR code is that little square box with the black dots inside. If you don't know what a QR code is at this stage, where on earth have you been for the last 16 months? Regardless, if you still don't know who they are, what they are, don't worry, grab someone who looks young and tech savvy, and they will show you that all you need to do is get your phone up, open up your camera, scan that code. It's going to take you straight to the bidding platform. You can also go to tmhgala2021.ggo.bid. That's the second way that you can get involved. And the third way is you can call the team of volunteers. There's a whole army of volunteers waiting for your phone call on 401-444-4888. And that is there to, they will take your bids live throughout and feed them through, but ideally, let's do it electronically through the QR code and through the website itself. Lot item number 1. This is Hamilton, the absolute jaw-dropping show that is Hamilton. It has been sold out for, I think, years now in New York City. This is actually the Hamilton complete package. It is coming here to Providence, Rhode Island, and you have the opportunity to watch it with another guest. You don't have to take another guest, but you certainly have the opportunity to. There are 2 tickets for December 7th at 7 p.m. at the Providence Performing Arts Center, and unlike me, who got sort of seats in the nosebleeds via a lottery system, you are right in the orchestra, right in the action, all right? That's exactly where you want to be for this show. It's absolutely spectacular. And also, you will indulge in a dinner of Newport Restaurant Group's restaurant, so you can have any dinner from any of the Newport restaurant group's restaurants, of which there are some spectacular ones, and you will also be staying in the heart of the city at the luxurious Graduate Providence Hotel, okay? By the way, start bidding. Don't wait for anything. You're not here. We're not together. So just get the bids flowing. I'm just sort of fluffing this item up. It doesn't need much selling, but you've got an amazing dinner with various different restaurants at your disposal. You have the Graduate Providence Hotel. So this is a real staycation, a culinary and a cultural sort of getaway for you and a loved one to enjoy. So that is lot item number 1. Let's start the bids. I want to see it. This should be going for at least $5,000. So that's lot item number 1, the Hamilton trip. Okay, live item number 2 is your opportunity for a Cape Cod dream vacation, okay? And that is for up to 10 of your closest family and friends in the stunning Truro, Massachusetts home, okay? So this is a very spacious 5-bedroom, 4.5 bath retreat, really. This is an estate on Little Pamet River. It's a secluded home which features 3 floors of living, generous backyard and patio, and an AC system that's going to keep the whole party cool. So again, think about the economies of scale here. 10 people can be bidding on this item. So why don't you take the glory tonight, win the item, split the cost amongst the other 9, and everyone wins, okay? So that's how I would do it. It's pretty close to Provincetown and Great Hollow beaches, as well as the Truro vineyards. So bit of a no-brainer for a wine tasting excursion too. So again, this is a whole sort of 5-bedroom, 4.5, huge retreat on Little Pamet River for you and 9 of your closest family and friends. Think about it, how many friends and family you haven't been able to spend time with during this whole past 16 months. I, for one, haven't been able to see my family since December 2019, so I would give anything to spend some time with them in this Cape Cod dream vacation, which awaits you and 9 of your friends and or family. So just, again, like I said, hit that hit that QR code that I'm pointing at right now. Just scan it. It'll take you straight to the bidding platform, or go to www.tmhgala2021.ggo.bid, or you can also call at 401-444-4888, and we are exactly 6 minutes in, which is delicious because we are halfway through the auction. Lot item number 3, have we managed to get that up on the screen? Lot item number 3, and this is quite an interesting one, so really pay attention here. This is a no-brainer. You have the choice of 2 party packages, okay, at one incredible location. I actually scoped this out online earlier, and it looks pretty spectacular. It's on the 13th floor of One Citizens Plaza in Providence, Rhode Island. And it has incredibly dramatic views of the Water Place Park and of the city's sort of bustling downtown area. So this is an opportunity to actually host an unforgettable evening of food, of drink, of frivolity. You can get together and enjoy the company of your family and friends again. I love the fact that these items are all focused around getting people together and seeing things and being, you know, part of an experience. That's what life's all about. So right now is the opportunity where you can be bidding on the opportunity to host an incredible one-off party. And there are 2 different types of parties you could host. One is a cocktail reception for 50 people, which includes an open bar and heavy, not just hors d'oeuvres, heavy hors d'oeuvres will be included. And that's for 50 people. I have no idea how I would find 50 friends. So if 30 is a little bit more in your comfort zone, which it certainly is for me, you can have, for 30 people, a 3-course dinner, which is a prefixed dinner, including wine pairings and an incredible offering there. So each of the parties, by the way, includes free valet, complimentary valet parking, which I know is a a massive bonus here, having been charged through the wazoo for my valet today. So every one of your party will have free valet parking. Get the bids coming in. Do we have donations coming, some bids coming in for this incredible option? Think about this. It could be like an anniversary. It could be a wedding present. It could be an end of COVID party. Who knows? I mean, that sounds like quite a bit of fun. But it's for you and 30 guests to enjoy a 3-course dinner with wine pairings and all the trimmings, or you and 49 others can indulge in an amazing open bar, and heavy hors d'oeuvres will be provided as well. That is lot item number 3. And again, you can just keep bidding throughout. I'm hoping that these bids are coming in thick and fast. For me, that, for 50 people, that should be going for 10 grand minimum. Right, lot item number 4, and this isn't a real sort of jaw-dropping sort of showstopper. This is 1 week in the incredible island of St. Thomas. This is for 4 adults, and they've specified that they want, they're willing to go as low as 10-year-olds, which I would say there is a healthy margin there between adults and 10-year-olds, but it is a week for 4 adults, but definitely no children under the age of 10, and I'll explain to you why. You are heading to the hillside above beautiful Charlotte Amalie with panoramic views of the harbor. It's an absolutely incredible Caribbean villa, and it is completely renovated with modern amenities. It is for 4 people, but there is over 5,000 square feet of living space. I've done the math for you. That's 1,250 feet worth of living space, which is astronomically big for a villa in the Caribbean, but why not indulge? 5,000 square feet of living space, which is also exactly 4,998 more square feet than I have in New York City. So with a 2-bedroom, 2-bath villa, it absolutely embodies the classic Caribbean elegance, but it's also got all the sort of modern trimmings and everything as well, sort of central air conditioning, an incredible floor terrace. There is also an owner's private art collection on display as well, which is probably a healthy reminder that this is not your Caribbean villa. It certainly would be for me. And there is a magnificent great room as well, a media room. I mean, this thing is absolutely incredible. I'm going to keep the fluffing going because I've got 1 more minute left of this live auction. I'm doing everything I can to make sure we're getting as many bids in as possible. But the villa is centrally located and a short distance from the best St. Thomas has to offer. So it's a spectacular island. It's an incredible villa. You have 4 amazing opportunities there to either go and see Hamilton, take your friends to a dream vacation in Cape Cod, or you can have the party of a lifetime. It's a bit of a flex. You can have 30 or 50 guests along with the free complimentary valet as well. And finally, you have 1 week in paradise for you and 3 others that are over the age of 10, of course, in 5,000 square feet of splendor in the Caribbean. So bid hard, bid heavy, have fun with it. Just know that every dollar is going to an incredible organization that is genuinely one of the backbones to this amazing community. So thank you very much. I will be back a little bit later on, and right on the nose, 12 minutes, there's your live auction. Keep bidding hard, and I'm going to be handing over now back to Robert Redford. Thank you.
Wow, Harry, those are some great items in this live auction for some lucky and high, generous bidders. Now, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome one of the Miriam's star physicians from our Cancer Institute, Dr. Anthony Mega.
Thank you. Good evening. I'm Dr. Tony Mega, a hematologist-oncologist with the Lifespan Cancer Institute at the Miriam Hospital. The gentleman you're about to meet in the video is a patient of mine, Sean Walsh, who at the age of 53 was diagnosed with metastatic prostate cancer. I'll let him tell you about his journey But there's a couple of things I want to mention that are critical points with regards to this expansion we're talking about here at the Miriam Hospital. The availability of clinical trials for patients like Sean means that he didn't have to spend precious time, hours in the car, driving to Boston or New York or anywhere to get his treatments. It means that patients like Sean can stay right here at the Miriam with their care team that they are comfortable and familiar with, and can seamlessly transition to clinical trial enrollment and administration. That extra time with friends and family, his beautiful high school sweetheart Holly and his 3 children, and the peace of mind knowing that he is able to remain with his care team during a very scary time in his life. This means everything to patients like Sean. Here is his story.
In 2017, everything was fine, and I went to see my doctor, and then during 2018, I did develop some symptoms, but I ignored them, and said I'll just talk to my doctor when I go for my annual exam, and I went, and they did an exam, and after several weeks, I got hooked up with a urologist and did some testing, and then was told that I had cancer, and that it had spread, and that was the scariest part of this whole ordeal, was that initial learning that I had cancer that had spread into my bones.
Yeah, so Sean's initial diagnosis was a showstopper. It stopped time. There's the time before cancer and the time after cancer. It was scary. It was a scary time.
It happened quickly, and things went downhill. So I was referred immediately to the Miriam Hospital once I got my diagnosis, and Dr. Mega offered me some immediate reassurance that I was going to be okay, and that despite knowing that I had these lesions on my bones throughout my body, that there were treatment options available.
Right from the onset, Sean was not in a favorable situation with his prostate cancer, but he's a young, strong guy, and we knew that he was going to be able to withstand treatment and hopefully get a good outcome from that.
After the chemo stopped working, we were at a crossroads, and I knew that the trial was a possibility, but I was afraid of deteriorating. I knew that there was cancer in my bones.
This is really a wonderful illustration of why clinical trials are so important. We did some analysis of the genetics involving his cancer, and lo and behold, that treatment option sat right at our doorstep. A clinical trial that was developed by Dr. Canero.
So I enrolled in the trial in May, and again, the transfer of care happened to Dr. Canero from Dr. Mega, and that team took over, and there's research nurses and assistants and everybody just really paying attention.
And it's super impressive to see just how seamless their coordination is and how well they all work together.
When I started the trial at Miriam, I just knew that they were going to take care of me. I was excited to be part of a trial. I was the number one patient, the first patient, subject number 1. So, yeah, it was a good feeling. And when it worked, it was an even better feeling. So.
What makes Sean's situation special is that the investigators are not only the developers of the treatment regimen, but they are also the caring physicians who implement the treatment regimen and take care of the patient in a manner in which the patient feels like the doctors are invested in them as people and not just in their clinical trial. That is something that you do not get everywhere.
I feel very fortunate to be a part of this experimental trial and to have the love of my family and support of friends and co-workers. These are blessings that I just, you can't put a price on it. Without them, I don't know where I would be. I mean, it would be a very dark and scary place. But that's not where I live. I live in the light. So, and it's thanks to them and to the folks up at Miriam that are taking such good care of me. Hello, I'm Sean. I know I said in the video that I live in the light, but I certainly didn't mean the spotlight. But it's an honor to be here. There's no sugarcoating it. Cancer sucks. But the past 18 months have been filled with hope and healing. I'm alive and living with minimal interruptions thanks to the Miriam Hospital and the clinical trial that I'm on. I've also been able to experience many priceless memories with my families and friends, like canoe adventures on our cove, playing music with my friends, and seeing my oldest son, Connor, marry his best friend, Amanda. I may have sent them a text a week after the wedding asking when they were going to make my dream of becoming a grandfather come true. The Miriam makes those memories possible for not only me, but those closest to me, and we are all so grateful. I'm also grateful to all of you for raising your virtual hands in support of tonight's Fund a Need, which will help create a special space where more cancer patients will receive novel treatments that one day just might be the one that keeps them alive too. Now it's my pleasure to reintroduce Mr. Harry Santa Olala.
Seamless transition that time. Perfect. Right, this is the part where we can all get stuck in and do our bit. Earlier when I was on stage, we were looking for fevered, competitive bidding. Well, this is no longer a competition. This is a team-building, teamwork exercise where absolutely everyone can be the star of the show, but you cannot possibly watch this show, learn about the incredible work that the Miriam is doing, and log off without donating something. So please get involved at some level during this Fund a Need. I'm going to guide you through it as best I know how in this virtual world, or semi-virtual world, as we have a couple of tables here, about 10,000 screens all around the place. It's like NASA here. That's what it is. I'm setting the scene for you. But I'm going to try and work the puppet strings and see if we can raise $250,000 is our goal to match some amazing donations that have come in prior to the campaign. And so that is a flag in the ground, a challenge to you at home to try and raise $250,000 to create a center for innovative cancer research, to provide hope to patients with advanced cancers, patients whose cancers have actually become worse despite receiving all of the standard treatments. That's what tonight is all about. It's an opportunity. Tonight is an opportunity to create something very, very special that will actually establish the Miriam Hospital as the leading provider for advanced, highly novel cancer treatments, not only here in Rhode Island, but across the whole of New England, to be the front runner in this incredible treatment. So like I said, this is a challenge. We are looking to raise $250,000. There's plenty of you out there, I know, tuned in. The way to donate is you just have to go to that QR code. I think I'm hovering above it now. You scan that QR code. It's not taking you to a menu or to purchase cinema tickets or any of those things that we've got used to buying via QR codes. It's taking you to the fundraising page. That's where you can make a donation. Or you can just go to this website, tmhgala2021.ggo.bid, or you can call the team. If you're struggling with the technology, if for some reason you can't get through online and you want to make a donation, please call 401-444-4888. This, if you're watching with people, perhaps in a sitting room environment or whatever, I don't want one person giving and telling everyone, don't worry, I've got it. I want everyone to give because it feels good, I promise you. Right, we are starting the donations very high and working our way down, but that's all we got to do in order to hit $250,000. And I can actually already see that we have an amazing donation at $50,000 has actually already come in from Brian and Barbara Goldner in honor of Dr. Anthony Mega. And I actually believe that they have a message for us as well. So that's fantastic.
Barbara and I are honored for the opportunity to add to Alan and Vivian's generous matching gifts challenge tonight.
Brian and I will start this fund for a very needed cause, the Center for Innovative Cancer Research at our very own Miriam Hospital.
We give $50,000 to honor Dr. Tony Mega for his outstanding expertise and compassion he shows to every patient and for his team.
Brian and Barbara Goldner, you're getting a round of applause here from behind the scenes. I'm not sure if that's trickling through to the front of house, but incredible donation at $50,000. That's got us off to the right start. That's what we want, people. Thank you so much. There is a screen here that's giving me an update. You can see Ryan Holloway and Judy have got involved at various levels. Dr. Laura Stroud as well. By the way, there's a really good chance I'm going to mispronounce some names tonight, and that is just the way it's going to be because I'm dyslexic. It's the way it is. People butcher my name all the time, but the bottom line is if I'm calling out something that resembles your name, it's because you have a heart and you've donated tonight. Does anyone else want to come in at $50,000? Just $1 a day for the next 50,000 days will cover it, and that is what we're looking for. Otherwise, we're going to drop down to $25,000. And I can see that we've had one donation in at $25,000. It's an anonymous donation. I can't believe it. An anonymous donation in honor of Dr. Stephen Schechter, Chief Colorectal Surgery as well. So that's $25,000. That's an anonymous donation by someone who is clearly a lot more humble than me. I would have not only posted that one publicly, it would have been on Twitter, which I don't even have, Instagram, Facebook. Everyone would know I gave $25,000. But some anonymous hero out there has gone right ahead and done it in honor of Dr. Stephen. So thank you. Oh, and another $25,000 here from Churro Fraternal Association, and another $25,000 from Marilyn H. and James R. Winokur. So that is three at $25,000, which is staggering because it means that we are already at $125,000 in, and we have literally just got going. We just fired up the engine. So Rhode Island is ready to go. This is fantastic. Right, that's at $25,000. If anyone else wants to just come in at $25,000, which also covers 2 nights of valet parking at the local Marriott here in Rhode Island, apparently. So at $15,000 is the next increment. Don't forget, there's a QR code down there. Just as I said, it's been taken off the screen. But there will be a QR code presented. Again, scan the QR code, get straight to the donation page, donate, and then just tell all your friends how good it feels, because it's pretty awesome. We're at $15,000, and this year's chairs, Nancy and Howard, have actually donated at this level $15,000. So thank you very much to Nancy and Howard Safran. So they are here partying away with the team. It's such a shame we can't all be together. Rose Ann Mitchell at $15,000 as well. So we're at that 15 grand level. Warren Alpert Foundation on behalf of Dr. Fred Schiffman at $15,000 as well. So that's incredible. They're coming flooding in thick and fast from every angle. We're halfway through the appeal and we're already at $206,000, which is incredible. Keep them coming in. So that's at 15 grand. Oh wait, we've had 2 at $20,000. I should have gone to 20. What an idiot. We went from 25 straight to 15, and the Narragansett Foundation and the Siegel family said, 15's not enough, Harry. We want to get 20 into the system because they know how much of an impact it has. And philanthropic support will allow us to expand and advance the program to develop new cancer treatment at the Miriam. Be right on the front line of this development. The Miriam's existing facilities currently, they are at capacity. I can't stress that enough. They're at capacity now. So right now, these funds are going to help expand in terms of space, physical space, but also the staffing we desperately, desperately need to continue to grow exponentially. So we're at the $15,000 level. Another $20,000 from James V. and Janet M. Rosati. So thank you very much to James and Janet at $20,000. We're going to move down to the $10,000 level. Marie Langlois. I want to say Langlois. Could be Langlois, Langlois. I'm going to go with the French Marie Langlois and John Loerk, who is apparently also French, at $10,000. Thank you so, so much. And sorry if I'm hitting your names wrong. I totally empathize with that. Hit me up, send me some messages. I totally get it. Fire up in the chat feature. Tell me what the phonetical pronunciation is, and I'll do my best. Donations are coming in from Sarah Lyons, from Rachel Caldwell, James Kinney at $250. I love it. You're not waiting for me to get to a level. Just get those donations in. Alman and Suzanne Hall at $10,000. Gus and Joan Sheeser at $10,000 as well. We are now at the $5,000 level where I've got 4 minutes left. Let's get it going. We're $11,000 away from that $250,000. The team behind the screen, they're all whooping at me to get going. Come on, we're at $5,000. Mr. and Mrs. E. Colby Cameron at $5,000. Jennifer and Harry Winograd, they have also donated at $5,000. I'm also being told that our esteemed hosts are giving another $5,000 on top of the $15,000 they gave earlier. So Nancy and Howard, Saffron, thank you so much. Heroes, they are now at $20,000. So do what you can, do your bit. I know these are big sums of money coming in, but I promise you every single dollar counts. And the Varechia Family Foundation, they have come in at $7,500. Again, just sort of splitting those increments, telling me essentially, I'm not asking for enough. That's what you're telling me. Right, so that's $7,500. Who's at $2,500? Another anonymous donation at $2,500. Mrs. Anne Courier Fury, Dr. Marlene Coutata. I don't know why I'm flipping into a French accent, but apparently that's what happens when you put a live camera on me. We are at the $2,500 level, and Gail Aronson Hawks and Sam Hawks have said $2,500 is not quite enough, Harry. We need to give $3,000. So that's exactly what they did, just to get their weekend off to the right start. We're at $1,000 now. Robin and Marcus Ansel, Barbara Wolf, and Robert Beckett both in at $1,000. Where are we at? $382,000. This is fantastic. For every minute I've been up here, it's like $40,000 is coming in. So if I stay until around about September 19th, we should have 100 million in the bank. So here we go, buckle up, people. No, but in all seriousness, if someone can get me a bottle of water, that will prevent me from passing out. That would be great, and that was not a joke. Bob and Bobby Andreozzi, again, amazing amount of syllables in that word, that name, and vowels, of course. In honor of Suzanne Gilstein, that's at $500. Raina Bowlby, Dr. Angela Caliendo, Arthur and Judy Robbins, Larry and Joan Sadwin, Dr. Stephen and Naomi Schechter, they are all at $500, as is Charles Hewitt, not the shirt maker, I'm assuming, based in London, but Charles Hewitt and Cynthia Ventry Hewitt from here, Fair, Rhode Island, at $500. We're at $385,000, which is amazing. Thank you very much. Keep them flooding in. I promise you it's going to feel good. No matter what you give, every single one of us inside each and every one of us is an element of altruistic sort of DNA that once tapped into, it feels amazing. You don't know it, but if you part with money tonight, you will actually feel better. It's kind of the opposite to online shopping. Look at this. I've actually got Robert Redford delivering water for me, keeping me alive. Thank you very much, sir. We've only got 2 more minutes left of this appeal. Keep the funds flooding in, people. We are doing great. We're at $391,000. The scroller at the bottom's letting us know who's out there giving. Janet and George Watson at $400. I love it. Here we go. Janet and George Watson at $400. We got another anonymous donation at $300. Fred J. Franklin at $300. Nancy Follett, Harry Adler, cracking name, Harry. Karen and Bruce Fleming, Stephen Pear, Sandra Riley. I mean, you're all giving, which is absolutely incredible. And the reason why it's spectacular is because the Hassenfeld Family Foundation have donated $100,000 into this kitty to help make a huge, huge difference. So we are going to hit our goal nice and hard now, and we have one more anonymous donation at $100,000. So put simply, you have been absolutely incredible tonight. You've reacted unbelievably well, and you have done everything that we've asked of you. Once you've made a donation, please, please forward the link on to family and friends. Miriam is an absolute heartbeat to this community. It's an amazing hospital. It serves so many vulnerable people, people that are in dire need of the help. And right now, they are in, you can help Miriam, who are in need of your help, because unfortunately, they are at capacity. We need, absolutely need to fund the Center of Innovative Cancer Research. That's my lot. I'm exactly in for 14 minutes, which is my scheduled time. Keep the donations flooding in. As always, you have been incredibly generous. It has been an honor, an absolute honor to host the live auction and the appeal. And by the way, the good news is the live auction is actually still live, despite what I said earlier. I pulled a few strings, and the live auction will actually close a little bit later on in the show, but keep those bids flooding in. You have amazing opportunities. And once again, I'm handing over to Robert Redford. Enjoy the rest of your night. Thank you, and good night.
All right, thank you. I just want to remind everyone not to forget about the super silent auction. Look at some of these amazing items. These will be available to bid on through next Wednesday, September 15th at noon. So, while you're tickling the buttons and bidding on your device, watch these world-renowned tap dancers seen in Riverdance will simply amaze you. Welcome, Will and Allie. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome back to the stage the Miriam Hospital 2021 Gala Chairs, Dr. Howard and Nancy Safran. It's so exciting to see what grand total we raised.
What's going on?
What's over there?
What is that?
Hey, this was not my idea. This is absolutely ridiculous. Fine. Kim and Holly made me do it.
Thank goodness we got the money bag back, because I know we raised a lot of money. Tonight's the Miriam Hospital's 2021, oh, sorry, that's your line.
Tonight, the Miriam Hospital 2021 Take Two raised
$937,000? Wow. Unbelievable. Remember, the super silent auction is open until next Wednesday. On behalf of the Miriam Hospital, thank you for joining us. For your amazing generosity, and we hope you had a great time. Thank you again. Stay tuned for next year's show.
Remember, the super silent auction is open till next Wednesday. On behalf of the Miriam Hospital, thank you. Thank you. And thank you for joining us for this amazing and generous. We hope that you had a great time. Stay tuned for next year's celebration of the Miriam Gala 2022. We already have some surprises up our sleeves. Stay safe, stay healthy, and stay happy. Good night.
always see